Greetings. Today I want to encourage you to become limitless by exercising your mind, because you're already limitless, but you have to tap in to certain wisdom, certain knowledge that would enable you to realize how much you are limitless. A good example of that is that Abdullah and Neville Goddard. That example is a very good example. And those of you who know the story of Abdullah and Neville Goddard, you know that Abdullah was a black mystic from Ethiopia, and he taught Neville Goddard that he was limitless. And he was teaching Neville this valuable lesson in a time of a Great Depression, where Neville and many others would have felt as if they were limited, because it was a time of a Great Depression. And in this time of this Great Depression, there are people who was even committing suicide. As a matter of fact, they refer to this depression as the Great Depression. But there was a wise one that was among them who understand the Bible esoterically, metaphysically, and psychologically. And so he taught Neville that the central character of the Bible is man's imagination, and that your imagination is omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent. Therefore, you can travel anywhere in your imagination, and you can achieve and accomplish anything in your imagination. And your imagination is all-knowing, and that is why you can fall asleep and have a dream, because the dreamer in man is actually God in man, which is man's imagination. And so when Abdullah wanted Neville to prove how limitless he was, he taught him that it's very important for him to exercise his mind. So when Neville had this burning desire to travel to Barbados, after leaving Barbados for over 12 years and residing in the United States of America, here he now had this burning desire to visit his family again in Barbados. And Abdullah said to him, "You are already in Barbados." And to Neville, that seems like something that was impossible. And also that statement seems as if it was coming from a crazy man. Because how can I be physically living in New York and you're telling me that I am already in Barbados? And so Abdullah taught Neville that he must exercise his mind and prove that he is limitless, and that time is not real, there is only now. And so Abdullah said to Neville, "Sleep in your mother's home in Barbados, night after night in your imagination while you're residing in New York. And you'll prove Joshua 1 and 3 that says that anywhere that the soul of a fish shall tread, it will be given unto you." Which means anywhere you can go in your imagination, you can go there physically. So you can have and accomplish whatever you want in this world if you understand the power of your imagination, if you understand how limitless you are, if you understand that your spirit having a human experience, if you understand that there's a program that is set up to keep you limited, and you rise above that program and take responsibility for yourself, you would realize that you have a power to create, you have a power to accomplish, you have a power to innovate, you have a power to invent, you have a power that would make you great in all endeavors of life. So, my brother, my sisters, what am I saying to you? I'm saying that you are more powerful than what your parents would have told you. You are more powerful than what your teachers and your religious leaders and your political leaders would have told you. I'm saying to you, you got to learn to trust your intuitive self. You have to learn to trust your inner self, because intuition is actually your inside teacher. And that inside teacher is actually your Lord, your Savior, your Master, your higher self. So my brother, my sisters, you are living in a world that teaches you to be limited. But I'm saying to you, each night as you go to bed, as you fall asleep, you're going into a limitless world. You're going to the world of spirit. You're going into the world of possibilities. A place where all things are possible to you, where nothing is solid, where you will discover that everything is energy, vibration, and frequency, where you will discover that this life that you're experiencing here is all a dream, and what you're beholding on the outside is a simulation. You're beholding a hologram and you're thinking that it is real, because you do not know that you are in a sleep and you need to wake up. So this message is to wake you up to your limitless self. This message is to let you know that greatness is within you. This message is to let you know that you can do all things through the Christ power that is within you. And this power is the power to think for yourself. It is the power that gives you two gifts that is higher than every other. The gift of speech and mind. That is what makes you higher than the animals, because everything else, the animals have it. And you have to rise above the five senses and tap into the sixth sense to be living here and having a true human experience in its fullness. Anything less than that, you're living at the level of the animals and you will be easily controlled. And so many people have become wandering souls on the planet, and they have become a part of the zombie apocalypse. They are like living dead because they're still asleep in the matrix. They allow the matrix to program their subconscious mind to think a certain way and to behave a certain way, because they've been kept under fear and doubt and guilt and shame. And so when the Bible should have been interpreted to the masses as a book of mind science and a magical book that they can use to tap into their magical self and to live the best version of their life here, it was used to keep them in fear. It was used to control them. And so there are those who would have created the money system, having the right knowledge of this magical book, and they make sure they put certain things in place to control the mind of the people. But I'm here saying to you that you are limitless. I'm here saying to you the power of choice has been given to you, and the most powerful resource that you have is your mind. That's why you have to be in control of your mind and learn that you're born in this world in a state of amnesia, which is a state of forgetfulness. So everything that you know, it was programmed upon your subconscious mind, either by your parents or your teachers or your religious and political leaders and so on, the people who you listen to. But I'm saying to you, listen to your heart, listen to your gut feeling, and always be willing to learn. Never attach yourself to anything, and always question everything. You see, I always say that many people hold to false identity because they believe they know. So a man is a Rastafarian because he know. A man is a Methodist, a Anglican, a Jehovah's Witness, a Seventh-day Adventist, a Pentecostal, because why? They know. They know. But I do not know. That is why each and every day of my life I am learning and I am realizing how much I do not know. Because true salvation, which is self-realization, is you realizing how much you do not know and how much you need to submit yourself to have an open mind so you can grow and expand. Okay, so when you chop yourself to a certain religion or a certain denomination, okay, you're blocking yourself from expansion. We're supposed to expand and grow every day of our life and learn new things. And the greatest way to learn is to look at nature. Nature is your greatest teacher along with your experience and your intuition. So my brother, my sister, I'm not pointing you to look outside of yourself. I'm not pointing you to any savior outside of yourself. I'm saying that the savior is within you. I'm saying to you that you are a limitless being. Stop limiting yourself. Get rid of the self-doubt and the self-hate and start to love yourself. Start to believe in yourself. Start to embrace yourself. Start to tell yourself that you can do all things through the Christ power that is within you, and live your life in the best version here on this planet. Let your life be of contribution to the rest of humanity. Learn to build. Learn to be more creative. Learn to be more positive. Learn to be more uplifting. That's what I'm really saying to you. So my brother, my sisters, this is not you trying to be moral. This is you trying to be practical and realistic and realize that there cannot be light unless there is darkness, and there cannot be darkness unless there is light. Understand the law of polarity and understand the other laws that governs all of humanity. But most importantly, get to realize that your real identity is your divinity, and live a life whereby you are limitless. Stop being limited. Stop doubting yourself. Stop thinking small and think big. There's magic in thinking big, and there's magic in believing. You have to believe in your higher self. You have to believe in your true essence, which is your God self. So my brother and my sisters, have the right concept of yourself. Know who you are. That's why our ancestors have always been teaching us, man, know thyself. It's very important for you to know the power that you possess and use that power to achieve your every desire. That's the end of all argument. So with that being said, my brother and my sister, I want to thank you very much for listening to me. And I want to say to you, if this is the very first time that you listen to me and what I'm saying, if it makes sense to you and it really resonates with you and you haven't subscribed already, I'm definitely encouraging you to subscribe, to like, to comment, and to share this video. Also, if you'd like to do a one-on-one, you can reach out to me by way of email. I give you the terms and the conditions, and once it fits you, we can definitely work together, have a great time together, go deeper down the rabbit hole and expound more on these things because they're very much important. And I would always encourage anyone, any part of the world, how important it is to invest in yourself, how important it is to have an open mind. Also, if you like to follow me on Instagram, you like to follow me on TikTok, you can follow me at Black Mad Guru. Also, you can follow me at Black Mad Guru on rumble.com. But before I leave you, I just want to remind you that I have a $20 course. It's on my Patreon. It's called The Inner Sun Science and Technology to Create Your Reality Consciously. And along with that, I have a course on self-concept. That's a bonus course for you. And I'm going to do a part 2 of that because it's very important for you to have the right concept of who you are. So if you feel strongly led to check out the course, plus all the other great information is available on my page, and I definitely encourage you to do so. Just before I leave you, I just want to remind you that we have a PayPal, and the link is always down below. So if you feel strongly led to check it out, I definitely encourage you to do so. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you all, out.